forever, ever hold a never mind. Oh,
Good afternoon, Oswego, and welcome to the Weekly Buc. My name is Tori, and this is my co-host, Ashley. Today, we have a fantastic show for you, so let's get right into it. So, Ashley, as you may know, I'm a big fan of the Syracuse Orange.
What's your favorite Syracuse sport?
I think it might be basketball, but if there's anyone that knows more about Syracuse basketball than me, it's definitely either Dane Richardson or Nick Victory. So let's see what they have to say about Central New York's college basketball team.
Everyone, and welcome to Cuse Conversations. Along with Nick Victory, I'm Dane Richardson. We are here to talk all things Cuse basketball. So without further ado, let's get to it. So Nick, the Orange this year are 16-6 overall and have a great record in the ACC at 7-2. They won 5 out of their last 6 games, and they're looking much more confident on the basketball court. What do you attribute to their most recent successes?
I think it definitely has to be their three-point shooting. Of the 5 games they won in the last 6 games, they're shooting 42.2% from beyond the arc, which is very, very good. And Buddy Boeheim is giving them a knockdown shooter from off the bench, which is something that Syracuse desperately needs.
Yeah, Boeheim has certainly improved throughout his freshman year, but it hasn't just been Boeheim shooting the ball well lately for the Orange. It's been Elijah Hughes, Tyus Battle, Marek Dolezaj even becoming a threat from the three-point line. However, I want to focus on Syracuse's point guard, Frank Howard. Jim Boeheim said he's now shooting it as well as he did this summer before his leg injury, which really halted Syracuse earlier this year. So how do you think he's going to be a key for them going forward?
When he's shooting well, the entire team just starts playing better because the opposing defense has to come out a lot farther, and it gives other people more shots. And when he's shooting well, it also opens up the drive for Tyus a lot, and when Tyus is driving and O'Shea's driving, that's when Syracuse is at their best. So I think if we're going to go far this year, it's going to be a lot to do with Frank Howard, because when he wasn't there, we lost to UConn, we lost to Oregon, and then we lost to Old Dominion and Buffalo.
But
he was there, but he wasn't fully
in full form, and now he had a big 15 points against Pittsburgh last Saturday, and he's going to be very important for them down the stretch. So one of the things I wanted to point out about their last game at Pittsburgh in the Oakland Zoo, we saw the Orange grind out a win without leading scorer Tyus Battle carrying the scoring load. He only scored 6 points. I think they really proved a point that the Orange aren't just reliant on one player anymore like they were in the beginning of the year. A good example, Nick, would be the Georgetown game where Battle almost single-handedly got them the win. However, he will have to be more consistent in conference play and just can't go dormant in some games.
I definitely agree, because towards the end of the conference schedule, we play really tough teams like NC State, North Carolina, Duke, Louisville, Florida State, and Virginia.
Yeah.
Virginia is going to be a tough one. They're number 3 in the nation. Tyus is definitely going to have to show up for those games, but we definitely need other guys, because those teams are definitely going to be able to shut down Tyus or at least slow him down. And without other people scoring, I don't think we're going to do very well in those games.
Yeah, no, I think we're good enough to get in the tournament right now. We've really proved a good record in the ACC at 7-2. But our slow-paced offense, I know you've talked to me about that before. There's a much lower chance of us getting blown out if we run that slow-paced offense because possessions are low for each team,
yeah.
Right?
When the possessions are lower, then each team's going to score less, which is good. But Virginia and NC State also play really slow-paced, so I think those games are just going to be grinded out probably in the 50s.
On the defensive end, the stingy defense. Syracuse defense has been getting better, especially on the wings. Now, Nick, I apologize that we did not get to go in depth on your favorite player on Syracuse, O'Shea Brissett.
Yeah, he hasn't been performing very well lately. His shooting, especially from beyond the arc, has been abysmal.
Yeah, indeed. So rounding up our first edition of Cuse Conversations, what is one takeaway you want to see coming up from the Orange?
I want to see O'Shea Brissett turn it on and start being able to shoot and taking it to the rack more. I think that'll get his shooting a lot better. And once he's shooting good, I don't think anybody's going to beat us.
Extending his range would definitely give him a lot more driving range, which is what he's best at.
Very good at that.
For me, it's got to be getting to the free throw line. As good as Syracuse has been lately from the three-point line, you live and die by the three, of course.
Yeah.
But if they can attack the rim more and become less one-dimensional on offense, the challenges will get bigger for opposing defense. That'll wrap up our first edition of Cuse Conversations. He's Nick Victory. I'm Dane Richardson. We'll see you next time.
Wow, they really know a lot about sports.
Yeah, they sure do know a lot about Syracuse basketball. I'll have to tune in and learn a little bit more about that in a couple weeks. But if you want to see their full show, check out our YouTube channel at WBUCNY.
That's not a bad idea. So, Tori, are you excited about the upcoming Unified Sports?
Yes, I actually recently attended the Unified Sports Summit at Liverpool High School, and I learned a lot about unified sports and a lot of new information from other students at other schools.
I'm actually playing this with the other students. Athletes are paired up with students with disabilities who help them to success in the year. OHS is participating in both unified basketball and bowling.
It's going to be awesome. So what sport are you playing?
I'm helping on the unified basketball and team, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Well, I'm doing both this year, and for more information about unified sports, it's over to myself, Nicole, and Katie.
I've been working with unified sports. Well, Special Olympics I started about 4 years ago, predominantly working on the state level larger competitions that we have that we bid out throughout the year, and on coach and athlete information that we hold within our database. But for the last about 6 months, I joined the unified sports team as the director, and we've been at it ever since. Today was my first full presentation, so I hope it turned out all right. I think because it really just changes the entire school climate and culture. It changes the hearts and minds of anyone that's involved with it. Both athletes and partners form true friendships, and a lot of the students, the athletes that are in those segregated classrooms or in those standalone classrooms don't have opportunities to intermingle with the general student body, so this is a great opportunity for that. So having only seen a few games last year, I can't name a specific time, but being around these athletes, they're constantly surprising me, and there's always a last point shot. It doesn't stick out in your head, but it's just an opportunity that athlete would have had he not been on a unified sports team.
I would say I gained more awareness from this topic of youth sports and upward sports and that kind of stuff. I just feel like it opened my eyes to a different topic. I feel like unified sports is something that's underrated, and that's something that people don't be aware that something's going on around your everyday school. And I just feel super passionate about it because they're not focusing on something that not everybody has the opportunity to do. Not everybody has the opportunity to play a varsity sport because they're not physically able to.
Ashley, I'm really, really thankful I got the chance to attend that summit. I learned a lot of useful information that I can bring back to OHS and hopefully make the program better here.
Have you seen Anthony around the studio lately?
I have, and it seems like he's been up to something a little weird lately.
To find out, let's send it to Anthony with his new series called Get Rich Quick.
All right, folks, all you Get Rich Quick fans out there, this is the big premiere. You might be watching this on TV, you might be watching it on YouTube, but together we're gonna get rich quick. You know me, I'm Anthony, but today I become like Morphous B on my journey to become the ultimate clout SoundCloud rapper and get tons of money. Let's get into it. So, as you can see, we've got our store over there. We're gonna go in and get some cheap clout, which is the best kind of clout. Let's go. All right, boys. So since we can't afford a proper tattoo at a parlor, we're gonna get these dry erase markers. I think you know what comes next. Wait until you see these babies in action. All right, next part, the wig. We're gonna make this one out of goofy string here. Colors. We'll get 3 colors of goofy string. We're all set, boys. So, next up on the list, the clout. Got it. Now, it's really gamer time. Next and final item on the list is clout face hair. Sour Sketty. It's a pretty hip name for some candy, I gotta say. Next up, would I really be a SoundCloud rapper if I didn't get myself a little bit of that rapping juice? Let's go, boys. Alright, guys, so the first step on the clout journey, we got ourselves the clout necklace. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this necklace on. Instant clout up. Alright guys, so as you can see I got some tattoo work done, got that clout up. On to the next piece of clout gear. We've got these clout goggles. Alright guys, so the next part of the night is I need to get my clout wig. So we got ourselves some string here, and we're gonna I think it's sticking. I think it's good enough. So we're gonna make this work for us, boys. Let's get that bread. Alright boys, got the sour sketty. Bit more in my hair. Just making it look all that more clout. It's rap time. Liggy B up on the track. Like Morphous B, the #1 rapper in the world. Best track, best track, best track, best track, best track, best track,
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Are you okay?
No, I'm doing a best track. I'm rapping for Money Man on SoundCloud.
I'm getting a doctor.
Is this Dr. Filthy?
So, what seems to be the problem?
I think he has SoundCloud disease.
Euthanasia.
Yeah. Leggy B up in the #1 gas chain fast track. Let's get it. Yeah. Fast track, fast track, fast track, fast track, fast track, fast track, fast track. When I come here, I backtrack. Creepy guys here, that's a fact. Huh. With the creepy guy is me. That's the reality. Retainer from the trash. As my girl saved me some cash. Huh. Fast track has lots of food. Isn't really good. Like that sushi, like bruh. Now I got salmonella. And that beef is pizza, bruh. That stuff made me throw up. Yeah, 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 let's go. Fast track is so great. I cannot give it hate. Never will be parted. So my life technically started. But it's okay. I got my encouragement. This stuff gives me intellectual nourishment. It's time. Little spigot, let it go. Let's hear it. About to hit the mic. 3, 2, 1, go. Let go. The mic is back to me. Your home slice Leggy B. #1 rapper, see. Fast track is where it be. Yeah. Imagine.
Well, that was really something, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, it was. I'm excited to see what he has next.
Yeah, me too. Well, thanks for joining us for this week's edition of the Weekly Buc. Tune in next week and have a great week, Oswego.